near the weak side glass with Mr. Plumlee. There are a lot of physicality, I believe. Did they get James?
They did.
Yeah.
You are right. I thought he was calling a foul on Rondo because he knocked him down.
Could have called that for sure.
Foul on James is his first. 8 seconds to shoot on the inbound. Plumlee took the pass, middle of the lane, gliding toward the rim. Anthony Davis picks up his first foul. The Denver Nuggets are 12 for 19 and yet down 10 points here to the Los Angeles Lakers in the first quarter.
It's interesting, and PJ's touched on it. The Lakers have switched their defense a couple of times, but they've shown a little bit more zone. PJ, you know, Frank Vogel was asked about the zone he threw in the fourth quarter. He said it was a junk defense. Think it will only work in short spurts, and yet he's given it a look much earlier tonight.
He thinks he speaks with forked tongue.
Mason Plumlee hit the first of two. The difference in the game, fast break points, 6-0 LA. Second chance points, 12-0
Second chance points is the difference because Denver's playing well offensively. Denver's got 6 guys on the floor. They're waiting. P.J. Dozier just finally told Jamal Murray, you're supposed to be out, Jamal.
He gets a hefty 4.6 seconds rest plus the timeout time.
I'd say 12-0 on second chance points. It should be Dwight Howard to nothing in fast break points. Plumlee, a line drive free throw, but a lane violation on Rajon Rondo will give Plumlee one more chance here. 37-28, Lakers lead the Nuggets. 4.6 left in the opening quarter of Game 4.
Mason's not a very good free throw shooter.
Yeah, it's like comes out like a shot put. Missed again. Offensive rebound. Morris the putback. Good miss. Ended up with 2 more points.
How about they call a violation on Rondo and then he doesn't box out on the next one?
Kuzma half-court heave. No good. Lakers with a 7-point lead, Doris, after the first quarter. 37-30.
Well, remember, they're 7-0 in the postseason, having a lead going into the quarter. Just a different level of intensity, focus.
To take a family vacation
to Hawaii.
Who's up for a luau?
Yeah!
This is not a real testimonial. Sure, customers can save big money with Progressive, but not enough to go to Hawaii. They'll probably
back on. He got that brief rest with Monte Murray, Plumlee, Porter, and Craig. Again, they aggressively trap to get the ball out of Murray's hands. They send it on the wing for Porter, who misses a three. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Three-point shooting is really hurting Denver. 2 for 9.
LeBron James out the top. Markieff Morris is in for the first time. So is JaVale McGee with Kuzma and Caruso. 10 to shoot. James against Porter, the rookie. Goes between the legs to the right, to the left, back to the right. Cuts to the middle. Hangs with a left hand and gets the roll.
He had zero intention of giving that up with Michael Porter Jr. in front of him.
39-30. Lakers with the lead. LeBron with a dozen here in game 4. Porter sees an opening. Takes the straight on triple. It's a miss. Trying to back tap it as Plumlee can't. James has it for the Lakers.
Michael Porter's not making his shots. He's not doing anything out on the floor.
James around the screen of McGee, goes deep, had it slapped out of his hands. LeBron, apoplectic, thought he was fouled as the ball gets knocked across the baseline. LeBron James got to the free throw line 4 times in the opening quarter. From behind, it was Torrey Craig who was able to blast it out of bounds. LeBron has the inbound, skips it over to Kuzma. Open three, rolls off, no good. Porter, Denver rebound. 39-30. Lakers lead 90 seconds into quarter 2. Monte Morris cuts toward the rim. Now he's going to put it up and put it in. But he initially was looking to pass out and got close.
Boy, he took on 7-foot JaVale McGee. Excellent job using his body and then bringing the ball away from his body to protect against a shot blocker.
He's really playing well in this series. In the playoffs, frankly.
Up 7, the Lakers. Caruso catch and shoot 3 is good right in front of the Laker bench. 2 minutes in, the Lakers up 10.
Finally, they were 2 for 8. The Lakers, Denver's 2 for 10 from downtown.
Jamal Murray will give it up to Mason Plumlee out on the right wing against McGee. Takes him off the bounce, escape dribble behind the back, tried to dish it for Morris, cutting but turned it over. Kuzma has it, up ahead to James. The Lakers trying to build on this 10-point advantage. James against Torrey Craig. Back him down toward the mid-post. James now busts to the baseline, doubled. Passes on top Kuzma. His three-pointer misses. High rebound, a loose ball foul against Denver as James got knocked down to the floor.
Well, that's the other residual effect, and it's really a good thing to happen. When Anthony Davis and LeBron James drive to the basket, they're underneath the basket for a rebound also, as opposed to when they're standing out on the perimeter settling for three-point shots. So it makes them even a better offensive rebounding team.
That was on Torrey Craig. Jokic just came in for Murray, and Jokic had a very quiet first quarter. James to Markieff Morris, pinned on the baseline, sends it across to Kuzma. Up top, a wide-open Alex Caruso missing a three. Bodies flying all over the place. This time a loose ball foul on the Lakers.
This is something Alex Caruso has got to become better at. Catch and shoot threes. If he's playing with LeBron and AD, he's going to get wide-open looks. He's made one, he's missed one. But PJ's got to be a lot more consistent. He's a star-level defender in the words of his coach. But that offense has got to give them something.
No question.
Here's Monte Morris leaving it for Jokic. You got tied up, in fact, ripped away by Alex Caruso. Caruso fouled by Morris at the three-point line the other way, and a transition foul there with 9:08 to go in the second.
Esty, I was just going to say, the Joker has got to become more aggressive right now. This is not pass the ball. First of all, your teammates right now are 2 for 10. Some of them were very good passes by the Joker to those guys. He's got to put his head down and go to the basket himself right now. He's got to help keep them in the game with his offense.
Inbound LeBron James. Great feed to the cutter. Kyle Kuzma receives it, lays it up easy. Timeout, Michael Malone in Denver.
Well, Michael Malone's disgusted because this team is not supposed to, that's on the floor right now, is not supposed to be a good offensive team. That doesn't surprise him. But they're supposed to defend, and they're just giving up layups and second shots. He's really disappointed right now. He's searching, and while Jamal Murray's resting, Nikola Jokic had better do some damage on the offensive end.
9:01 to go, second quarter at Disney. The Lakers a 44-32 lead over the Nuggets. You're listening to the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indy.
We saved big money with our Progressive Home and Auto Bundle and used the cash to take a family vacation.
To Hawaii.
Who's up for a luau?
Yay!
This is not a real testimonial. Sure, customers can save big money with Progressive, but not enough to go to Hawaii. They'll probably use it for things like the mortgage and groceries, or even a travel mag.
drew up out of the timeout. They've got Jeremy Grant on the right wing, DeMonte Morris between the circles. To Porter, explodes from the left, hangs, puts it up, gets the layup.
Good thing he did. Doris and I were just saying, it's time for Michael Porter to participate. He had 3 good looks before that. Wisely, he drove it. That was his own possession again for the Lakers, DB.
First 2 points for Porter, 10-point deficit for Denver. Here's a lob toward the rim for McGee, deflected. Denver has it. Great pass out ahead, 50 feet to Monte Morris, but LeBron James covers him out on the wing. Jokic threw a dime in transition. Here's Plumlee backing down Caruso. Passes out, gets it back in the mid-post, spins baseline into a double team with 7 to shoot. Finds Jeremy Grant. He'll drive and kick. Here's Jokic for 3. Good on the rainbow.
Multiple drive and kicks allows Jokic to get as clean a look as he probably will get tonight. He's now 2 for 3, 5 points, a couple of assists.
How about 2 of those driving kicks were Mason Plumlee?
44-37. Lakers lead trimmed to 7. 7:45 to go in the half. Kuzma out now beyond the 3-point line. Left side gives it to James near half court. Feeds Kuzma at the top. He'll trigger a 3, and he'll net a 3-pointer. Kuzma putting the Lakers up 10.
He needed that. He was 0 for 3 from downtown.
Porter 3 from the left. An answer for the Denver Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr.
It's an amazing thing to watch a player struggle shooting the basketball, put it on the deck, watch it go through the rim on a layup, and the next time he touches it, that 3 is pure.
Amen.
Back-to-back threes, and Frank Vogel calling for a timeout. So we'll step away from Disney with 7:27 to go in our first half. 7-point lead for the Lakers in Game 4, 47-40 over the Nuggets. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
What do you want to da-da-da? What do y'all want to da-da-da?
To the NBA Finals, Find out tomorrow night beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Meanwhile, Denver hanging around despite 5 from Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray not scoring here in the second. Guesty?
All right, Kev, thanks a lot. And we had 14 points from Anthony Davis in the first quarter. Still on that 14 as he's getting some rest. He played the entire first quarter. Denver Nuggets trailing 47-40, 7:27 to go. First half. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlosimo, Doris Burke with you here in Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. LeBron James will bring it up with Caruso, McGee, Markieff Morris, and Kyle Kuzma. LeBron will find Kuzma on the right. He's open for three, and that's back-to-back triples for Kuzma.
Good timing, too, because I was just starting to speculate why is he still in the game, and then he knocks down 2 threes. Frank Vogel's wondering why I'm speculating.
Matches the Lakers' largest lead at 10, 50-40. Jeremy Grant holding the ball on the far left side, and now a whistle as he was watching traffic underneath. Markieff Morris will get tagged with a foul near the baseline, his second.
Lakers 5 for 13 tonight from three-point territory. Frank Vogel told us this morning he sort of brushed off their poor shooting last game.
Off the inbound, Morris will find Porter. Right back to Monte Morris using the Jokic screen. Stops from the elbow. His jumper off the heel, no good, and a loose ball foul. Going to be against Plumlee.
Ooh, that's a tough call.
Plumlee and McGee that time fighting for that rebound. And
there's no way that's a foul on Mason Plumlee.
First on Plumlee. LeBron James to the bench. Same with JaVale McGee. Anthony Davis and Rajon Rondo come out for the Lakers. And here's Jamal Murray entering the fray for Denver with 6:48 left in the half.
Well, it's time for Denver's 2 superstars to step up. We need some offense from Murray and Jokic to keep them in the game.
Right now, Alex Caruso and the Lakers to our right. Caruso splits the double, finds Kuzma in the corner. Drives the baseline, tried to leave it for Davis. Ball got knocked out of bounds. Last by Denver. Lakers will keep with 9 to shoot. Baseline left inbounds is going to be Anthony Davis. The trigger man gets it in quickly to Morris. Up top, Rondo, 7 to shoot. Rajon fires a pass for Davis, bodied by Plumlee. Fades, fires, and hits a deep 2. Anthony Davis still perfect, 7 for 7.
Right in front of the Denver bench.
12-point Laker lead, their largest of Game 4. Jokic for 3, right through with 6:12 to go here in the first half. 52-43 Lakers. Markieff Morris drives the baseline, pass out on top. Kuzma tries a 3, bricks. Ball died, and it was rebounded by Mason Plumlee.
2 bigs in for Denver.
Jokic and Plumlee. They work it around to the right. Porter, jump stop, hop, great scoop shot on the lane drive, and basket by Porter. 52-45, Denver back within 7. 5:40 left in the half. Rondo and Caruso passing back and forth up top. Now Caruso will work his way to the right side as Jokic guarding him. Takes him into the paint, fading shot, no good off the back iron.
That's as big a team I think as Denver can put out there.
Pass down floor for Plumlee is intercepted by Anthony Davis. Up ahead to Rondo. Scoops it to Morris. Open for 3, a miss. Rondo chasing down the miss. Lobs it down on the baseline for Anthony Davis. He'll send it back out on the reset with 8 to shoot, 5:10 to go in the half. Now back to AD, 5 to shoot. AD a perfect night so far. Step back 3, fouled, the shot no good. 3 free throws coming for Anthony Davis as Mason Plumlee took him out on the perimeter.
Remember the details we talked about the other day? Sort of all the little things, the smart things, or the not so smart things that add up and take a toll. You were inside 4 seconds on the shot clock. You got Anthony Davis to take a step back, sidestep, fadeaway 3. And yet you close into his space and give him free throws. Inexcusable.
Yeah, I didn't like the turnover, the possession before. They get a little run going. They got the big team on the floor now to compete on the boards, and Michael Porter throws it away on a fast break. They're running down the floor, and he unloads it, and Anthony Davis comes up with the steal.
And I don't love his body language. Like, he just made a mistake. And he walks over to the bench real slow, head down. His teammates are trying to, like, get him a little bit of dap and make sure he's involved.
Why are you taking me out?
Yeah, exactly.
Anthony Davis, 1 free throw in. Second one about to come. That one is in as well. He's got 1 more to come, and a 4-man line change for the Lakers as LeBron James, KCP, Dwight Howard, Checking into the ball game, Markieff Morris heading out along with Kuzma and Caruso. So 3 in, along with Rondo and James.
Markieff Morris had made 8 of his last 9 3-pointers, Kesty, before that miss.
That spanned, 3 games?
Yeah, that was back to Game 5 of the Houston series.
Anthony Davis, perfect. All 3 free throws. 7 of 7 from the field. 5 of 5 at the line. 19 first half points for Anthony Davis. Lakers by 10. Jamal Murray up top. Dribbles to the left. Picks up the dribble. Trying to keep the pivot foot down. Got rid of it in time to Gary Harris. Harris dribbling against Dwight Howard. Will go to Jokic with 8 to shoot from the elbow.
Got to shoot over him.
Jokic against KCP. Fires the ball for Millsap off his hands in traffic. Lakers the other way. A long court pass was tipped by Murray, but into the hands of KCP. Caldwell Pope, a corner 3. Missed it. Was short, and Millsap has the ball. And a steal as he tried to pass to Murray. KCP with it. Lob for the rim for the cutting James. Jokic was in the way. Denver on the other end. Here's Jeremy Grant. Euro stepping into a 2-hand flush. Denver back with an 8.
Sloppy play.
Yeah, we need to keep quarterback stats, attempts and completions here.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the first half. 55-47 Lakers. AD backing down Millsap. A spin, a fade. First miss of the night for Anthony Davis. Millsap the rebound.
Denver's got to make sure they get a good shot every time down now and creep back into this.
Jamal Murray swings the pass to Jeremy Grant. Squares for 3, a miss. Long rebound, free throw line. Jokic sends it out to Harris. His 3-pointer off the backboard, missed badly. And the Lakers coming the other way. James, middle of the floor, lays it up and in.
You cannot allow LeBron James to get it off the window or from below the free throw line on your end and never stop the basketball. Never change his path.
14 for LeBron. Lakers back up 10. 3:20 left in the half. Jamal Murray, jump pass. They get it to Jokic. Jokic over to Millsap. Ball fake on the 3. Drives AD into the lane. Whistle, no shot. Foul against the Lakers. As AD was looking to defend, he will pick up his 2nd personal.
I know Nikola Jokic is one of the best passing bigs to play this game, but he shouldn't be passing the ball to Paul Millsap when Rajon Rondo's guarding him, and he shouldn't be passing the ball to Gary Harris for a 3 when he's got the ball for a foul line jump shot. That's too unselfish. That's not smart basketball.
In fact, it's detrimental to your team.
Yeah. Off the 3rd team foul, inbound Denver. Jokic has it up high. Hands it off to Murray coming around the top. Finds Grant on the left. Pulls the trigger on a deep 2 and hits it right over LeBron James.
Boy, his confidence and aggression are at a different level right now.
Lakers lead trimmed to 8. Lakers attacking with Davis. Lost the dribble. Was it knocked away? It was. And it'll be Laker ball on the far left side with 2:54 to go in the half.
That big 3 minutes that coaches talk about right now. Rajon Rondo's barking at Dwight to get over to the left elbow, but obviously Denver just needs to keep it under 10, get a little closer.
Inbound AD, he'll rise and fire from 3. It just popped out that time.
Yeah, that was halfway.
Wow. 57-49, Denver down 8. Jokic front court, 2:40 left in the half. Gives to Millsap on the wing. Now to Murray. Murray darts, lost the handle momentarily as he was fouled. And that's going to be the 4th team foul here of the 2nd quarter. Side in one more time as Rondo picks up his 1st.
I don't feel like Jamal Murray has elite speed. What I do feel like he has is elite burst and excellent change of pace, timing on when to go.
Change of pace is excellent, no question.
Gary Harris will inbound, far right side for Denver into Millsap. 2.5 minutes to go in the half. Hits Murray, drives down the lane hard. Whoa, what a circus shot!
You described that one, Doris.
Oh, my goodness.
Here's LeBron James on the other end. Short jumper not there. Rebounded by Jeremy Grant. Denver down 6. Finds Jokic to Murray. Another drive, a little show and go. He's trying to get too cute that time, a foul, as he tried to go behind the back and in. How do we describe what the heck Jamal Murray just did? He attacked the basket and did like a 180 with his hand from left to right and into the basket.
It was like that Michael.
Force behind the success of the Denver Nuggets is Nikola Jokic. I would say in the playoffs, the driving force, as good as Jokic has been, the driving force to their success is Jamal Murray, because his level of aggression the raising of his game to near superstar status here has been nothing short of extraordinary to watch.
Absolutely. Murray 2 free throws there. Denver within 4, 16 for Murray. He's averaging 18 points a game in the regular. He's at 26 here in the playoffs. AD backing down Millsap, puts up a floater. No, Millsap the rebound. Denver down 4 in possession. Murray front court at the three-point line. Gives it to Millsap. LeBron James doesn't buy on the three-point fake. Now to Murray against AD. Couple of shot fakes, now a dribble. Will attack using a screen from Jokic. Fadeaway shot over Howard, in and out, no good. Lakers can't rebound it as KCP lost it to Denver.
That was a mini Jokic. He tried to get by the guy, couldn't, so he planted his foot, went backwards. What do you call that shot that Nikola does, Doris?
The Sombor shuffle.
Yeah, that was a mini Sombor shuffle.
Inbound to Jokic. Does not give on the dribble handoff. Instead floats it from 5. Missed it. Front rim. Green rebounds for the Lakers. Danny Green front court. 57-53 Los Angeles. 1:20 left in the half. LeBron James now has it against Gary Harris. Off the switch. The Joker picks up LeBron.
He's going to the basket against him.
Yeah, James just backed out. He's going to make a run at Joker with 5 to shoot. Now the crossover. Now the step back. 20-footer. Front rim. No. Dwight Howard's fouled and stuffed it home. Dwight Howard with his 5th offensive rebound of game 4 and a chance at a 3-point play.
Wow, if Nikola Jokic is guarding LeBron on the perimeter, there is no one home to box out Dwight Howard, and Dwight just came in and flushed. That's a big bucket. Nikola Jokic had a little runner to cut it to 2 points, and instead it goes the other way with a possible 3-point play.
Let's not forget Dwight's an 8-time All-Star. This guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame at some point. Completes the 3-point play with a made free throw. Lead is 7, Kesty.
11 points, 10 rebounds, 6 offensive boards for Dwight Howard. 7-point Laker lead. Under a minute to go in the half. Jokic with it, tip of the circle, will face up on Dwight Howard, making his first playoff start in 3 years. Takes him low, spins, and floats it in.
Does that on Dwight Howard. Let's try it on Rajon Rondo.
60-55, Denver back within 5. AD with it, 40 seconds to go. Goes to LeBron James on the left angle. He's got Paul Millsap waiting for him, defending beyond the three-point line. James, stutter step. Cuts to the tip. Now a deep 2. Straight on. It's a miss. Rebound tipped, and Jokic controls. Denver down 5 with 21 seconds to go. You're right, about a half-second difference on the shot clock. Jamal Murray just noticed that, and he'll slow it up for the final shot. Jamal Murray dribbling toward the left hash with Danny Green defending. Denver down 5 with 7 seconds to go. Pass nearly stolen by Jokic. Jokic with 3 into the corner. Up top it goes. Millsap, a 3 at the horn. No good. The Lakers leading 60-55 over Denver here at half. Anthony Davis, the tremendous start. LeBron James with 14. And PJ to start Dwight Howard coming up with big offensive rebounds and putbacks here in the first half.
Brilliant move by Frank Vogel has paid dividends already. But I'll tell you what. Denver Nuggets right back in this, could be even closer, but they got to be thrilled to only be down 5. They're not running away from Los Angeles at all.
3 double-digit scorers, Jokic, Grant, and Murray. They were excellent in the first half, keeping them attached, Kesty.
Our instant analysis brought to you by Farmers Insurance. With policy perks from Farmers Insurance, you can unlock discounts, save money, and get added coverages. Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks by calling 1-800-FARMERS. We're at the half in Game 4. Lakers a 5-point lead, 60-55 over the Denver Nuggets, as we send it to Kevin Winter in the studio with the AutoZone halftime report.
Yeah, Kesty, Doris, PJ, I've had time to think about this. Murray tried to do the Jordan from 1991 against the Lakers in the NBA Finals. I'm with PJ. But Jordan went to the left hand. Murray went to the left, but they went back to the right. It's unreal what he did. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. down with the left, bringing it back on a scoop to the right. It's exactly how it's worked out. Game number 5, give you the highlights for the Nuggets and the Lakers coming up. Coming up tomorrow, it is Game 5 in the East. The Heat and the Celtics, Miami with a chance to move on, and given the fact that Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Goran Dragic have all gone off. I asked Jay Williams earlier tonight, how does Boston slow down Miami's offense?
It's like Marcus Smart. Like how many people does Marcus Smart need to guard?
Right.
Like throughout this series, it's like, we're going to put Marcus Smart on Jimmy because Jimmy might do his thing. We're going to put Marcus Smart on Duncan Robinson, and Marcus is going to run around and chase him off every screen and flare screen and keep running every single possession. Hey, now we need Marcus to stop Tyler Hero. Like, it gets to a certain point where Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and Kemba Walker need to step up their level of defense. You can't rely upon Marcus Smart all the time.
Well, take it to the fact that Marcus Smart, when Tyler Hero got it, and I want to say this put them up by 8, 98-90, it was Hero who drilled it in Marcus's grill when he went between the legs. So
exactly.
You can put him over there. How does Boston come back? I mean, look, Denver did it twice. It can happen here in the bubble. How does Boston do it?
Boston still hasn't had one. I mean, they've had it in spurts, but they haven't been able to sustain a game where they're just all hitting. I mean, watching them when they played against the Lakers around, right past Christmas time in L.A., where Jason Tatum really went to a superstar level, had a superstar performance. I forget how many points. It was like 35 plus, and against LeBron and pro-like moves. But like everybody was hitting. You saw it at its best, and I have not seen it at its best since then, where they're all making shots and they're in unity defensively. I've not seen that team. So you got to try to find that place. You have no other choice but to find that place, and they all need to make shots from the outside, or if they're not playing with that, this series is over. I already think the series is over. I think we're going to have the Lakers versus the Heat in the NBA championship. Now, I could be wrong with the way Denver plays because we'll see this tonight, but I don't see the Lakers shooting less than 25% from the three-point line, as they only did 7 times this season. I mean, I don't think it's going to be great, but it's not going to be 23% like it was last game.
My conversation with Jay Will, Game 5 in the East tomorrow night at 8. Tonight, Game 4 in the West. Jay Will, they're over 25%, but the lead is 5. Up next on the AutoZone Halftime Report, first half highlights, Lakers and Nuggets. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio.
Goodyear believes in the power of moving forward. No matter if it's on the track, the court, or the field, movement makes us want to be more. It pushes us to go further, to show the world what we can do. Movement has the unique ability to change our perspective, to challenge us, to work for a better tomorrow. Movement can
ESPN app.
Long rebound, free throw line. Jokic sends it out to Harris. His three-pointer off the backboard missed badly. And the Lakers coming the other way. James, middle of the floor, lays it up and in.
You cannot allow LeBron James to get it off the window or from below the free throw line on your end and never stop the basketball. Never change his path.
LeBron James with 14 in the opening half. Kevin Winter with you on the AutoZone halftime report.
James just backed out. He's going to make a run at Joker with 5 to shoot. Now the crossover. Now the step back. 20-footer. Front rim. No. Dwight Howard fouled and stuffed it home. Dwight Howard with his 5th offensive rebound of Game 4 and a chance at a 3-point play.
Dwight's got a double-double, 11 points, 10 boards. But our first half moment brought to you by Marathon. No matter where your travels take you, Marathon can improve your engine performance with quality top-tier gasoline. Marathon, fueling the American spirit. It belongs to Jamal Murray.
Gary Harris inbound, far right side for Denver into Millsap. 2.5 minutes to go in the half. Hits Murray, drives down the lane hard. Whoa, what a circus shot!
You described that one, Doris.
Goodness.
It's bad when they all punt on it. Look up 1991, Michael Jordan, Game 1 against the Lakers, kids. That'll do it for us on the AutoZone halftime report. Murray has 16 in the opening half, and the Nuggets only trail by 5. Second half is next. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio.
Bria's Fashion Boutique is the worst. First, they asked me if I needed help finding anything. Just because I'm gorgeous doesn't mean...
play to do a better job with Jamal Murray. Don't make this a possession ball game and give Jamal Murray an opportunity to win it.
PJ, Denver?
2-on-2. The two players for the Lakers, Mr. James and Mr. Davis, have 33. Jokic and Murray have 26. If they don't win that battle, they're not winning the game. Box out Dwight. The young guys don't know who Dwight Howard is. He's first-team All-NBA 5 times, Defensive Player of the Year 3 times, and he led the league in rebounding 5 times. Somebody better box him out.
Our halftime adjustments brought to you by 5-Hour Energy. It's road trip season. Get ready with 5-Hour Energy. A first-half double-double for Dwight Howard, who receives the pass well up beyond the free throw line. Lakers attacking the basket to our left. KCP out on the left wing. Finds Anthony Davis, thought about a jumper, now drives the lane. High off the window shot, not there. And Howard going for the offensive rebound got fouled. And it's going to be on Paul Millsap, who picks up his third.
If the listeners could only see the absolute disgust with which PJ tossed his hands up, clearly they did not hear his keys at the half. Check him out.
If that wasn't the first thing Mike Malone talked about and put on the board at halftime, I'll be completely astounded.
First half minute of the third quarter. Anthony Davis backing down Millsap. Double comes. Gary Harris pokes it away. There's a 3-on-1 up ahead. A little too far for Grant. Saves it on the end line. Intended for Gary Harris. It goes off of Danny Green, though. Denver catches a break.
That's the second time that Denver's had numbers and almost. Michael Porter lost it in the first half. Paul Millsap almost lost it there, and they had an advantage situation.
Jamal Murray inbounds. Baseline front court. Millsap has it, finding Murray popping out. Now sends it back to Millsap on the arc to Jamal. Guarded by the long-armed Anthony Davis with 8 to shoot. Couple of dribbles, goes to his right. A fading jumper, no good. High off the iron received by LeBron James. James front court right up to the three-point line. He'll give it to Danny Green, left side to Caldwell Pope. Now to the baseline left, Anthony Davis against the much smaller Jamal Murray. Takes him into the mid-post, turns, passes out, KCP 8 to shoot. Now to Green, gets a look at a 3 on its way. Didn't even touch the rim.
I thought he got fouled by Paul Millsap.
Here's Joker, the other side. Free throw line, pass to Grant. Now in the corner, Millsap, a ball fake. And an offensive foul on Millsap on the drive is 4th.
I feel like that's a make good because they missed a foul on Danny Green's 3 on the other. I know they don't do that, but I did not think this was an offensive foul. That was a foul on Kentavious Caldwell-Pope crawling into the space, and Millsap is waving his hands in absolute disgust. He is barking at the official from his bench area.
Well, the reason you didn't think it was an offensive foul because it wasn't. David Guthrie just missed the call. Michael Malone is down talking to him on the baseline. That was a terrible call. And taking Millsap out of the game is a big, big negative.
Torrey Craig replaces him. Danny Green drives, floats it off the glass. No good. Tipped all the way out. Craig has it. Quick flip to Jokic at half court. Now passes ahead to Murray. Still 60-55, the original halftime score. Lakers leading nearly a minute 45 into the third. Jokic down to the baseline against Dwight Howard. Trying to muscle his way in, can't. Now before the shot gets fouled by Howard. Jokic begging for a 2-shot foul. Will not get it. It'll be side in here. PJ, how does that mess with your rotation when Millsap not only in the first quarter, but in the third quarter, having to come out in the first 2 minutes?
Well, he's a made rotational player. He's a rebounder. He had 4 in the first half, and he's arguably their best or second best big defender. So, I mean, it's going to tear up their rotation. It means Jeremy Grant's got to play more minutes.
And he knocks home a three-pointer right there off the inbound.
Or Torrey Craig or Mason Plumlee. One of them's got to give him some offense together with the defense. Both of them bring to the floor.
Lakers lead down to 2, 60-58. 2 minutes, 10 seconds into the third. James front court right to Anthony Davis. A three-pointer is in right from the top for Davis.
He's had every aspect of his game working, including that aspect, the ability to make threes.
22 for AD, 63-58 Lakers. Murray from the left, crosses down the drive against Danny Green, passes out to Harris. A floater baseline is short, and it's rebounded by LeBron.
Gary Harris didn't want to shoot it, but he did.
Danny Green, catch and shoot 3, goes down from the right wing. AD from the top, Green from the wing, and the Lakers have an 8-point lead.
I don't know where the offense is going to come from the Nuggets.
Right now, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, two-man game. Jokic at the elbow, looking to pass, ball overhead. Now puts it on the deck against KCP. Turns in, 8-footer, good.
PJ's been harping on this. Every time they switch a small on him, he's got to be aggressive as a scorer. Stop trying to make the pass. Go put it in the bucket on the mismatch.
Jokic now with a dozen.
And he needs to double that dozen.
66-60 Lakers. James at the top against Murray. Passes left side Davis. The ball fake on Grant. A drive and a kick to the corner. KCP's three is good. Lakers hitting their triples here in the third quarter.
That's 8 for 21 on the game. And you're right. Good start for them shooting from the perimeter in this period.
3 for 4 here in the third. 69-60 Lakers. Here's a drive by Harris. Hangs, scoops it up. No. Pops out. James the rebound. Rushing up the floor 3-on-3. Drops it for Howard, who's fouled on his way to the basket. The Lakers in the blink of an eye off a rebound, a made shot, a missed shot. They get down court so fast.
Nothing starts a fast break quicker than a missed layup. The guy who misses the layup is behind the backboard. He can never get back into play. That time it was Gary Harris. He's a really good defender. Usually a missed layup on one end leads to a layup or something really good on the other end.
Jokic foul number 2. Dwight Howard will shoot a pair. 8:14 to go in the third. First one he flicks in. Again, he sets up about a foot and a half behind the free throw line. Dwight Howard's free throw gives him 12 points and 10 rebounds here in Game 4.
He was 6 for 10 in the series before tonight, and he's made both of them. So his percentage going up, and just like that, I give him the play-by-play jinx.
The announcer jinx missing the second.
Well, he was out, though, before the second half. He was out shooting free throw. After he shot half-court shots left-handed, then he shot free throws. He took about 10 of them. He really did.
70-6. I saw him make at least one. Yep. 70-60 Lakers. 8 minutes to go. Denver with it. Here's Craig from the left. Three-pointer good. Torrey Craig.
Well, that's found gold right there. If that happens, they can stay in touch. That's a big shot for Torrey Craig.
70-63. Nuggets within 7. 7:40 left in the third. AD will send it to LeBron up top as the Lakers spread the floor. James, a long three from on top, hits the front rim, rebounded by Murray.
That shot helps Denver, doesn't help Los Angeles.
Down 7. Here's Murray at the three-point line, guarded by Caldwell Pope. Takes him to the left, down to the baseline. Chase lays it up and in, beating Dwight Howard, the secondary defender.
Every time LeBron James stands with the basketball and holds it for 4 or 5 seconds and then decides to pull a pull-up jump shot, it's great for the Denver Nuggets. And right away, Frank Vogel doesn't like the tone or tenor, so he's going to use a timeout and get them back where they need to be, PJ.
That was not an appropriate shot. Well, he got his 26th on Tuesday. He only trails Irvin Magic Johnson at 30, number one all time. But the other two, 3 and 4, are in the house. Jason Kidd is sitting on the Laker bench. He's got 11. Rajon Rondo is sitting on the bench temporarily. He's got 10.
Lakers have it out of the timeout with a 5-point lead. Dwight Howard facilitates it to KCP. Driving kick, I think he wanted it to go to LeBron James. Tipped out of bounds on that skip pass. Lakers will have 12 to shoot here.
I would think that Frank wanted this one inside, and he wanted it inside to either AD or LBJ.
AD gets it into Dwight Howard, right back to James, 9 to shoot. LeBron on top. Sends it over to KCP, right back to LeBron James. Fires it to Caldwell Pope, sidestep to his left for a 3, missed it badly off the glass. Gary Harris has it for Denver.
That was not what was diagrammed.
Gary Harris front court will find Nikola Jokic. Fakes the pass to the right, dribbles left, can't get it to Jamal Murray, now does. Who triggers a 3, it's a miss. Nice rebound by Danny Green. Leaves it for James at the 6:33 mark to go in the third quarter. LeBron over to Green, deep right corner, up top AD. Lakers leading 70-65. AD looking with a one dribble, will lob it for James outside the high post right against Torrey Craig. Puts it on the deck to the right, baseline, hangs as he's fouled. Shot no good, came up hobbling just a little bit. Reaching toward that right knee and flexing the right leg before he heads to the free throw line here with a little bit of a limp at 6:17 to go in the third.
Nothing is coming easy for the Lakers on offense. And the reason is Denver is sprinting back in transition. They're identifying shooters. They're getting their defense built. And they're forcing the Lakers to play in half court. Yet another possession right there, Kesty, where it's a LeBron ISO bully ball inside of 5 seconds, and he earns a trip to the free throw line. But they're having to grind for their points here.
The Joker doesn't know what to do because he's on the help side trying to block out Dwight Howard, which LeBron got his own rebound on a missed free throw.
Made the first, missed the second, chased it down, laid it in, turns into a three-point play. Lakers 73, Denver 65. 6 minutes left in the third. Denver's offense in the half court. Torrey Craig bounce it to Jokic. He's on the three-point line against Howard. Explodes into the lane. Drops it off for Craig, who drops it through the cylinder.
Well, he went by Dwight Howard, and Anthony Davis came over to pick him up, and Nikola did the appropriate thing. He just dropped it off for a layup.
5:44 and counting to go in the third. 6-point Laker lead. KCP from the left corner. Baseline drive and stuff. He got by Murray. Nobody picked him up.
Well, same thing. The nobody you're referring to is Nikola Jokic because he's scared to leave Dwight Howard because Dwight Howard is torching him on the offensive glass.
Laker lead now at 8. Joker will pass it to Grant on the right. Drives against James. Into the corner it goes to Gary Harris. Harris backs up, gets off a deep 2 that misses. Rebound AD.
Boy, he's passed up good shots and taken tough.
Yeah, he was more open when he first caught it.
James gets to the elbow. A fading shot falls off, no good. Jokic rebounds for Denver. 5 minutes to go in the third. Trailing this game by 8 points. Here's Murray backing up beyond the stripe on the left against Howard. Now takes it deep, got a foul as he flipped it toward the basket. Might have got hit in the midsection as he's bent over at the waist before he'll get to the free throw line.
Yeah, KCP, I think the foul is on KCP. That was a two-man play again. Nikola brought it up and then just kind of set a screen and handed it off to Jamal Murray. Exactly what you're talking about on the other end, Doris, is just here. Both teams really struggling against the other team's half-court defense.
Foul on Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and now Murray, who seems to be a little better, getting set to shoot his free throws. Got the highlighter green sneakers on once again, and the first free throw goes in. 19 points in Game 4 for Jamal Murray. Might have been showing a replay slow. KCP, when he raked him across, might have bent back the index finger on his right hand. Murray with one more free throw to go. Hits them both. 20 points in Game 4. Nuggets back within 6.
LeBron James getting his accustomed rest right now. This would be a good time for Denver to try and claw their way a little bit closer.
Rondo's in for James. Feeds inside against KCP. Right back to Rajon. 4:40 on the clock and counting. Rondo doubled, finds AD high post, lost it momentarily, 6 to shoot. AD passing out. Rondo's going to trigger a 3, and he connects from the left wing.
It's been a significant part of this game. They have hit late clock threes. They've now got 9.
78-69, a 9-point lead. Murray head of steam down the lane, stops in the low box, turns his shoulders and puts it in.
I thought he walked. I thought his foot come down.
Frank Vogel's screaming.
Yep.
He did walk.
Got away with it. 78-71, and now rushing down the Lakers. Ball is tapped out of bounds by Denver. We're getting a look at that replay. It looked odd because he squared. He landed on the right foot.
He traveled.
Yep.
What's the game when you have the numbers on the sidewalk? He was playing hopscotch.
Hopscotch?
Yeah, he was playing hopscotch.
Inbound right underneath the basket to KCP. From Rajon Rondo in the inbounds. Laid it in, 80-71 Lakers.
He is a lethal inbounder.
3:58 to go in the third. Jamal Murray being bodied by Howard and KCP on the baseline. Outside to Grant. He shoots a 3. It's a miss. Dwight Howard rips down another rebound.
Hang on, Denver.
Lakers trying to build on this 9-point edge. They've led by as many as 12 here in Game 4 as Rondo driving on Porter. Scoops it up with a right hand off the glass and in. Michael Malone forced to call a timeout with 3:35 left in the third.
As soon as Michael Porter comes into the game, they just pass the ball to whoever he's guarding, and that guy just drives right in, either for a layup until somebody else helps out.
Lakers a double-digit lead, 82-71 over the Nuggets.
The 17 games he's played to this point is remarkable, and we wouldn't be here without him.
Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. The problem there, Kesty, for Coach Malone, you got to be within shouting distance, and right now it's 11, and the Lakers could threaten to grow it. 3:35 to go. Back to you, Doris and PJ in Orlando.
Yeah, Kev, you're thinking along with P.J. Carlissimo. Feels like a little danger time here late in the third.
Yeah, K-Dub's got good eyes all the way from Bristol. He can see what's happening here. It's sliding away from him because they're really struggling to score, Denver, on the offensive end. And compound that with the fact that they're really reluctant to leave Dwight Howard. I'm looking at the team that come out of the huddle. That's good news for him now. Dwight Howard's not in. I'll tell you what, with LeBron on the bench and Dwight Howard on the bench, it's time for Denver to make a move right now, this final 3:30 of the third quarter.
Yeah, Jokic and Murray both on the floor for Denver. Monte Morris leading the Nuggets, who are attacking the basket to our right. Morris gives it up. Murray's got it. 10 to shoot beyond the arc. Right back to Morris. Now to Jokic, left of the circle. Turns up against the smaller Caruso. Fades, floater, fouled. Shot no good. And Jokic will head to the free throw line.
Easy. Alex Caruso is not a good defender. He's an excellent defender. Not when he's guarding Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic has to shoot it or get fouled, which he did.
Lakers looked like they were in a little bit of a matchup-type zone.
Yeah, I was looking through the plexiglass, excuse me, Doris. I wasn't sure.
First free throw, Jokic is good on the first foul by Alex Caruso. A trio of NBA podcasts. Zach Lowe, Brian Windhorst, Adrian Wojnarowski. Join the conversation wherever you get your podcasts. Second Jokic, good as well. Denver back within 9, 3:15 left in the third.
Can they get a stop now, though? Los Angeles is making some threes. As Doris pointed out, a couple of them were very late in the 24-second clock.
4 for 7 from 3 in the quarter, and Rondo foul was driving hard. Wow, he just clipped the stanchion to the left and pulled it up on the deck hard.
Players from both teams went over there. He must have. It's the other side of the stanchion from where we are. He's up.
Let's remember, this is a young guy who's, well, not necessarily young in basketball years, but he's had some back issues.
Yep.
So you wonder if on a fall like that, that back takes a little bit of a...
Well, you see him shift gears when the Nuggets switched, and he saw Nikola Jokic trying to guard him. That's like Alex Caruso trying to guard Nikola Jokic. Rajon just put his head down and went right to the basket.
Rondo's free throw is good. Rajon Rondo, by the way, has 4 assists tonight. He's already passed Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant on the all-time playoff assist lead here in this series, and he's 2 away from tying Scottie Pippen for number 8.
Steve Nash is also in his sights, I believe.
He is, as Rondo splits the free throws. 10-point Laker lead. Jokic quick into the front court. Hands off on the wing to Grant. Gets in deep. Flips it up, a miss. Jamal Murray comes up with it. 14 on the shot clock. They go inside Jokic against AD. Bullies inside and lays it in. 2:47 to go here in the third. 83-75. Laker lead cut to 8.
How about the Nuggets' third and fourth second chance points of the night?
Rondo drives, ball fake inside, keeps and lays it in.
And they're anticipating, because Anthony Davis is the trail roller, and they're anticipating that Rondo's instinct is, I'm going to throw a backward lob and let AD get some momentum. But nobody stopped Rondo. He's too smart for that.
85-75, Lakers back up 10 points. 2:15 left in the third. Jokic hands it off to Murray, who dives down the lane, hangs and passes in the corner to Grant. Jeremy a drive and kick to Jokic. Ball fake on the 3, steps inside the arc, shoots the 20-footer, no, and Rondo rebounds. Crossing 2 minutes to go in the third. Rajon, head of steam. Hard pick on top, gets deep. Out to Kuzma for 3, misses. Jokic went for the rebound, tapped it. Morris has it for Denver. Monte quickly in the front court. Hangs, fouled, shot out, no good. And Denver will get 2 free throw attempts from Monte Morris.
Well, instead of getting closer, the Lakers have opened it up or maintained their 10-point lead. And now LeBron coming in for the final minute and 49.
Laker bench has performed well. Kuzma, Rondo, Caruso, 21 points off the bench here in Game 4.
That stands in stark contrast to what they gave them in Game 3.
And a missed free throw by Monte Morris at the 1:49 mark to go here in the third.
I just did not think the bench for the Lakers in Game 3 had the same kind of energy they've played with or shot making that they've come with tonight.
No comparison.
Monte Morris hits the second free throw. Morris had a big Game 3. He only has 5 points here in Game 4. Laker lead at 9 as Rondo brings it across. 85-76, 1:40 to go in the third. Rondo crossing over, step back jumper short. Grant the rebound. Gives it to Murray, front court, far left side to the three-point line against James. Backs up against LeBron. Thinks about attacking and gives it up to Porter. Michael Porter Jr. Crossover, step back, waits for Kuzma to fly by and drops home the triple. Nifty move.
They need his shot making. There's no question about it. There's so much gravity moving toward Jamal and Jokic. Those shots will be there.
Here's Rondo. Lakers lead down to 6. Tried to find James in the corner. Tapped away. Steal Denver. Jokic middle of the floor. Left side to Porter. Feeds down low to Grant. Gets Caruso on his back as Caruso fouls Grant. Underneath with 1:01 to go and a little momentum here as the Lakers go over the limit. And this will mean free throws in the bonus for Denver. And that's 3 fouls here in this third quarter against Alex Caruso.
Really nice defense. I don't know whether it was Michael Porter or Jeremy Grant, but one of them got the deflection and Jokic ends up with the steal. But the play was made by either Porter or Jeremy Grant deflecting the pass.
Well, what a close to the quarter. It felt like it was getting away from.
It felt like it was 10 going north, and instead
correct.
It came the other way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Some good toughness and grit by a Denver team that has consistently showed both those attributes.
First free throw, Jeremy Grant is good. You heard the horn. Jokic heads to the bench for the final 61 seconds of the third. Mason Plumlee is in. Second free throw, good for Grant, who's got 15, and the Nuggets are down 4.
Boy, as Jeremy Grant stepped up for Michael Malone.
Big the last 2 games. 85-81 Lakers. LeBron dribbling front court. Kuzma setting a high screen. Porter picks up James, who's 10 feet beyond the three-point line with 9 to shoot. Walks up to the three-point line, still with a right-hand dribble. Inside the arc, now explodes. Passes to AD, open corner 3. Pops in and out, rebounded by Denver. Oh, but it was lost out of bounds by Denver to the Lakers. Wow.
Opportunistic strip by Rajon Rondo. It ends up going off Michael Porter Jr. In a playoff game, go get the basketball, make sure you've got it. And a nice defensive play by Rondo. He hits it off the head on the tip up of Michael Porter Jr.
Ooh, I don't know. It hit Michael Porter, and then I thought, doesn't matter, it's Laker ball.
Yeah, Rondo inbounds to LeBron James. Half a minute to go in the third. James again backing up. He orders Rondo into the left corner. James has Porter on him at the top, 12 to shoot. James with a right-hand dribble. Pass to Kuzma, right corner. Quick pass to AD, who gets fouled, trying to reverse it with a left hand, and Davis will get a couple of free throws.
They just keep going until they find the Michael Porter Jr. matchup. And even late in the possession, so LeBron gave it up. Porter Jr. ends up the only guy in sync, and he's the one who fouls Anthony Davis. I mean, it's just, listen,
that
PJ,
rebound. They have to get that rebound. You can't get stripped.
But you also, you've got to take the offseason if you're Michael Porter Jr. We know you're a gifted offensive player and a gifted rebounder. Mark Kessler, he's got to do what Jamal Murray did last year. Get in the gym, work on your defensive skills, take some pride in it.
Michael Porter Jr., who is in his rookie season after he didn't play last year, coming back from the back surgery. Anthony Davis, 2 free throws to put the Lakers up 87-81, 18 seconds to go in the third.
The Denver superstar pair had tied the Lakers in scoring, but now 3-point advantage for LeBron and AD. Jamal Murray might have something to say about that before we're done.
5 seconds. It's a split of a double by Murray. Passes out to Porter. Gets a look at a 3 on its way and in with a half second to go in the third. Denver within 3. Lakers inbound. And it'll be a 3-point lead for the Lakers headed to the fourth quarter here in Game 4.
Their 2 superstars have stepped up. I like where Denver is right now. This game belongs to anybody. The one slightly negative stat, when the Lakers lead after 3, they are 50-0. 43-0 in the regular season, 7-0 in the playoffs.
A 9-2 close for Denver. See if the Nuggets can even this series or the Lakers could get within 1 win of the finals. Fourth quarter coming up in Game 4. Lakers 87, Nuggets 84.
we make the turn for home in Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. Lakers by 3. PJ Carlissimo, this entire postseason in the bubble, you've been on teams and how they finish quarters and halves. Denver just closed on a 9-2 run to shave it to 3. Back to you, Doris and Kesty.
I'll tell you what, K-Dub, Denver did it. They did it at the appropriate time, too. I thought they were going to make hay when LeBron was on the bench. They did it mostly in that last minute and 20. Michael Porter deserves a lot of credit. He's hurting him on the defensive end, but he's helping him on the offense. He's one of those guys, you got to look at the stat sheet after the game and figure out whether there was more plus or more minus. But he's giving them plus right now on the offensive end, and he's also rebounding.
Michael Porter 2 for 2 on three-pointers, including late in the quarter. Denver shot 4 of 6 from 3 in the third. Lakers made 4 third-quarter threes as well. Denver will have it left to right to open the fourth quarter. Monte Morris will bring it up with Murray, Torrey Craig, Plumlee, and Michael Porter Jr. 87-84 Lakers. Murray has it, receiving the pass on the right. Has 2 screens up high, drives elbow, fakes the pass, flips it up with the left hand, no at the rim, rebounded by James. LeBron will bring it up. Danny Green on one wing, Alex Caruso on the other, Kuzma and Markieff Morris in the deep corners. James, tip of the circle against Murray. Spins at the free throw line, hangs, passes wildly. Markieff has it, deep left corner, and an offensive foul knocking down Plumlee, trying to get free. Wasn't a hard foul. Plumlee went down, but the call from the lead official, James Capers.
Well, it's just excellent anticipation by Plumlee. You know, Morris was pinned on the baseline and the sideline, so he takes away his only escape route and causes the charge.
Kesty, it's like the first possession of the second half of a football game. You want to get something done. Neither team scored, but it's a big possession starting the fourth quarter.
Denver down 3, a drive and a foul as Monte Morris, looking to work his way to the rim, got hit. He'll get 2 free throws here. Try to draw Denver a little closer. Been down as many as 12 points here in Game 4.
It's been very hard for the Lakers to contain Jamal Murray when he's had the dribble, a live dribble. His sort of stop and start, the herky-jerky, the ability to come off dribble handoffs. Like, they're having trouble with him.
For sure.
Monte Morris, it's the first of 2. Denver bench effort tonight improved as well now in the latter stages of the third quarter, early fourth, as Morris hits a pair. Denver's down 1. 87-86 Lakers. First minute, fourth quarter, Game 4. Bouncing it to Markieff Morris. Outside the post, cross-court Kuzma on the wing. Up top to LeBron with 9 to shoot. LeBron against Porter. 1 foot inside the arc. LeBron backs off with 4. Now attacks the free throw line. Lost it momentarily to Caruso. Late clock, 1 more pass, too many. And it's a turnover on a shot clock violation.
All Denver is doing defensively against LeBron is giving him a cushion. They're daring him to make perimeter shots. We've talked about his struggles from three-point territory. The paint is loaded with blue jerseys. LeBron's got no angles. He can't get by anybody. Denver handling the Stars right now.
Denver looking for the lead, trailing by 1. 10:40 left. A hard double on Murray. Bounces it to Plumlee up high. Plumlee inside the arc. Puts it on the deck against Morris. Dribbles to his left. Will go outside to Morris. Back to Murray with 5. Murray doubled. Slings the pass. Over his shoulder. Plumlee, no. Tip won't go. Markieff Morris rebound.
What kind of shot was that?
Here's James on the other end, fouled, and will they give him the continuation?
No, I don't think so.
They don't. Pointing to the floor is James Capers. It'll be side in for the Lakers on the foul by Plumlee.
Good defensive possession for Los Angeles. They doubled up on Jamal Murray. Not really a trap. They just took 2 people with that same kind of cushion that Denver's putting on LeBron James.
James off the inbound. Great bounce pass down the lane for Markieff Morris for the easy deuce.
And that was where a defender was topside. So if the pass is not perfectly placed, that's a steal. Just a pretty look from LeBron.
8th assist for James. 89-86 Denver. Murray with it. 10 minutes to go. Passes left side Plumlee in the high post. Out to the corner. Craig. He's got a 3-point look. Bounces in and out and pops out. Someone touched it on the baseline.
They didn't
Officials
see it.
looking at each other.
No, Rodney Mott didn't see it. James Capers didn't see it.
And coming in, David Guthrie saying it's going to stay with Denver.
Well, that shot was halfway down and came out. It would have tied the game. Los Angeles has scored a couple times on out-of-bounds plays. They've done a good job with their execution of out-of-bounds plays.
Murray's pass intended for Porter, stolen by Markieff Morris near sideline. Down floor to James with a 3-point lead. LeBron, heavy traffic, fouled on a layup attempt. 2 free throws coming for James, who still has a argument with the official, Rodney Mott here.
Well, because, excuse me, Rodney didn't blow the whistle.
Correct.
Soon enough.
He's sensing that they're waiting to see if the layup is good and then it's going to be a no call. And he's saying, no, that should be an N1 if I complete it.
Yeah. David Guthrie came in. He was the slot official on the right-hand side. He came in. Rodney Mott was on the baseline. Sometimes, though, coaches love to scream at officials. They have their assignment the way it is. Certain people look at certain things, and sometimes you're yelling at the wrong ref, and they'll tell you, hey, our mechanics are, that's his call. David Guthrie was pretty far away from the play, but maybe he was the one who was assigned, if you will, to look at that foul call.
Are they allowed from a technical standpoint? If they see something that their teammate doesn't, I assume they could step in.
Yes, they don't like to do that, but yes, they have to.
James hit the first. Lakers 4-point lead. One more for LeBron. 9:43 to go. On its way and in. LeBron James, 19 points. Lakers with a 5-point lead.
AD back on the floor. That was a pretty quick rest for him.
Monte Morris, front court, right side, all the way down to the baseline. AD the closest defender. They send it to Grant. Catch and shoot 3. No good from on top. Rebound tip. Lakers control.
We need Jokic.
Jokic still in the bench. Well, he just popped off the bench now. Here's James against Murray. Going to back him down. High post at the dotted line. Sends it out to AD. Fakes on the 3. Fires a pass baseline. Gets it back. Fouled by Plumlee. There's a pass down to Markieff Morris, who hit the cutting. AD will shoot 2.
Markieff Morris made a very nice pass. He was down on the right box. Anthony Davis cut to the basket. He threw like a little underhand, almost like a quarterback lateraling the ball to a running back. Really good play.
I don't know if there was a full foot of space. That was a very tight window to make a pass and a catch. You better have excellent hands if you're Anthony Davis.
And he does. And at the line, first free throw is good. Now Nikola Jokic coming in for Denver. Mason Plumlee will sit down. All the stars on the floor right now for both these teams.
Kesty, we at the outset of this series, one of the things Coach talked about was the fact that the Lakers were bottom third in free throw percentage. But they have really done a good job in the games they've won, PJ, of making free throws. They are now, 18 for 22 because AD makes both, Kest.
Yep. And their stars have 45 points and the Denver Stars have 38. And I think that's going to go a long way toward deciding this game.
Davis 9 for 9 at the line. He's given the Lakers a 93-86 lead. Jokic right around the 3-point line. Hits Murray. No look pass left side. Jeremy Grant. He'll drive AD deep. Hang shot. No. Jokic comes up with it. Missed the stick back. Jokic got it again. Another miss right at the rim. And a foul by Jokic as Anthony Davis came up with the ball.
Great look and a second look. Unable to finish it. Watching the replay, Joker gets it. He didn't gather, though. He shot it too quickly. Instead of coming down with the ball and going up strong, just kind of shot it off one foot, which he often does, but didn't finish. This is a critical stage of the game.
Fourth on Jokic, 4th team foul Denver. James has it at the top holding, 8.5 minutes to go. Dribbles once, now twice to the left. Shot clock at 5. James gonna try a 3, missed it badly to the right. It clangs off the backboard right to Murray. Down 7, Jamal Murray behind the back, escape dribble, goes to the rim and lays it in.
He is 10 for 11 against Caldwell Pope and Danny Green. He's getting work done against either defender.
He needs to get out in transition because then the bigs aren't lurking there waiting for him.
Lakers 5-point lead. Here's Anthony Davis splitting a double, laying it in, and 1.
I love that he didn't settle, Kesty. He did not settle. He had a 3. He passed it up. He goes, I'm going at you, Jokic. You better guard me.
Before AD shoots the free throw, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlosimo, Doris Burke from Disney. Lakers 95, Denver 88. AD with a free throw to come.
Well, Joker's beside himself because he did not foul. There was a little bit of contact, but he was running over. I actually thought he was going to get a technical from Rodney Mott. That's personal foul number 5 for Nikola Jokic, and it's also team foul number 5 for the Denver Nuggets.
And PJ, I'm sorry, Kester. PJ, I was going to make the point. On the other end, I thought there was some fouls. There was some contact. They didn't whistle it. You got to have Jokic the benefit of the doubt as well.
That was obviously a huge call to take him out of the game right now.
Free throw by Davis, 3-point play. They double Jamal Murray again, gives it up to Millsap. Down low for Grant, and Jeremy stuffs it home with 7:50 to go. Get Denver within 6.
Clever pass by Paul Millsap on the penetration.
Lakers from right to left with Rajon Rondo standing on the NBA logo inside a half court. Monte Morris defending. Into the corner, Markieff Morris. Up top, Rondo, 7 to shoot. Rajon, and now Anthony Davis got poked again off ball. Here's Caruso pulling from 20. No, rebounded by Denver.
I think Anthony Davis had the wind knocked out of him.
He still looks like he's moving very tentatively.
And he's guarding Monte Morris, who takes him under the basket. Pass in the corner, tipped out of bounds in the deep far corner. Lakers tip it out. Denver will have it. Anthony Davis was setting a screen. Monte Morris ran right into him with the left shoulder.
He took a shoulder right to the spot where you know it takes your breath away.
14 to shoot. Inbound, Jeremy Grant. Denver trailing 96-90. They trail the Western Conference Finals 2-1. Murray drives on AD, hangs, floats it at the rim, got it to fall.
Impossible shot over Anthony Davis.
That is the third highlight reel shot by Jamal Murray in Game 4. Denver down 4. Alex Caruso, left side Rondo. Drops it baseline left to AD. Wheels against Millsap. Mid-post jumper. No, he falls down. Oh, he grabs his left ankle, rolling over in pain on the missed shot. There was a whistle as well, but AD grabbing that left ankle here with 6:44 to go here in Game 4.
Why is he, Rodney Mott is signaling review. I'm not sure what they're looking at. AD is he's holding on to his left ankle. I don't know if that's the injury.
Looked like he twisted when he came down.
Underneath.
Correct.
Didn't give him room to come down.
That's correct. That's the Kawhi Leonard rule from the NBA Western
I'm sorry,
Conference
with the mandatory Denver, okay? We're going to review to see if this meets the criteria for flagrant foul.
There you go. That's right. Kawhi Leonard was having an outstanding first half for the Spurs against Golden State in Game 1. Zaza Pachulia, right, got underneath him.
I can't believe this is going to be a flagrant. Doris, you think?
I don't think so, PJ. It goes to protecting the shooter. We'll see.
We'll find out after the timeout with 6:44 to go. Lakers 96, Denver 92. You're listening to the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed. Seconds ago toward us. He was wincing a little bit and has a little bit of a limp, I guess you could say, as he walks to that free throw line. But
there's going to be a lot of talk about this call, Kester. nasty.
Paul Millsap, when the landing spot, the left ankle twisted, they went to review and they did not find that there was intent from Millsap. So common foul here and 2 free throws. Anthony Davis at the line. First one is good.
Not
30
bad.
points.
Yeah, not bad when your 7-footer can be 11 for 11 from the free throw line.
Yeah. He had 21 30-point games in the regular season. This is his third in 4 games in the Western Conference Finals. Second one, no good. Tipped in the air and controlled by Millsap of Denver with the Lakers up 5. Murray quickly front court, bodied by Rondo before the shot, which went in. They'll wipe it out. Rondo with a foul on the floor. That's only the second against the Lakers. Denver already over the limit. It'll be side in for the Nuggets.
Well, I thought this could have been continuation. I mean, it was close.
I thought it was for sure, but again, that gather rule, I really have not understood it since they put it in.
Here's Murray spinning, angling one in, another highlight reel. Make for Jamal Murray, Denver within 3.
Doris just said at the timeout to me, he's made so many circus shots that have been contested.
6:15 to go. Rondo lobs at the rim for Anthony Davis, who throws it home.
Too easy for the Lakers. Quick answer to keep that lead at 5. But Jamal Murray, to Coach's point, now 9 for 11 on contested twos. Tough shot maker and a big-time star is Jamal Murray.
He's not making shots that are even remotely close to being open.
Denver down 5. Monte Morris floater over Markieff. Morris goes in. No relation. Monte beating Markieff. Denver back within 3.
They're hanging around with Jokic on the bench.
Anthony Davis has scored the last 8 for the Lakers. James has it from the right. Bullies inside. The foul got hit on the head as he missed the layup. LeBron heads to the line with 5:46 to go, and the Lakers clinging to the 3-point lead.
With that Michael Porter matchup again, when LeBron sees Michael Porter on him, he's going to take the ball to the basket every time.
Anthony Davis with 32 points. LeBron James has 19, 9 and 8. 9 rebounds, 8 assists. He's 6 of 8 at the line. First free throw, rims off, no good. Nikola Jokic in at the 5:46 to go mark as Michael Porter Jr. committed his second foul. Will head to the Denver bench.
And shaking his head again. Why am I coming out?
And there's been fits and starts for Michael Porter Jr., especially tonight, as James swishes the second free throw, splitting the pair. Lakers by 4, 100-96.
A lot of time left for Nikola Jokic to play with 5 fouls. He's got to be careful.
Here's Murray losing his balance because he got knocked down as the call from down below. Foul against the Lakers. LeBron James trying to guard him there.
And Frank Vogel is given an absolute earful to the official. It's the crossover dribble. LeBron leans over with his chest, and there's contact there. But if you're the Lakers, the level of physicality you want to play with, boy, oh boy, PJ.
Yep. Jamal Murray's holding his right hip.
Well, he got the work to that.
You bump into LeBron and LeBron bumps into you, you're going to feel it. And Jamal Murray he's limping, actually, walking to the Denver bench, but we've got a timeout.
Timeout. Give Jamal Murray a chance to shake it off again, and they're going to go to review.
Personal foul on James.
So there you go. The Lakers are challenging this foul. Frank Vogel with the challenge at 5:34 to go. Tell you how they rule when we come back. Lakers 100, Denver 96. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
GPS these days. Murray's got 28 moments ago. He just literally ran into LeBron James. The Lakers tried to challenge the call. It's unsuccessful. Foul on LeBron. Murray was also gimping. Mark Testesher, it looked like Murray almost skidded a little bit with his leg, and maybe that's why he got hurt. But nonetheless, he was gimpy walking back to the huddle. It's a 4-point game for the Lakers.
Yeah, PJ got a good look at that replay, and it looked like LeBron James' knee went into the thigh.
Yeah, no question.
Little Charlie horse action.
He hit him with his left knee right on the right thigh or right hip.
The good news is Murray looks good.
He looks much better than he did walking into the huddle at the timeout.
Better news, Lakers are only at 3 team fouls, so this will be a side in for Denver. Trailing 100-96, 5.5 minutes to go. They get it into Monte Morris, guarded by Rondo at the top. 3 dribbles and a handoff to Murray, bringing it around to the left. At the top, they put James on him. His pass for Jokic is tipped away by Markieff Morris. Down the other end, Rondo looks right side. KCP pulls the trigger on a 3 and knocks it home. Lakers with a 7-point advantage.
The play of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has been a huge force throughout the playoffs for the Lakers.
Here's Murray the other way, wrap around to the corner. Millsap for 3, answers from the deep left corner.
What a pass by Jamal Murray. He is pinned underneath the rim with size against him and has to wrap a pass across the court to the deep corner. Beautifully done.
7th assist for Jamal Murray. Denver trailing 103-99, 4:45 to go. James sizing up Jokic, who's got 5 fouls, remember. Here's James coming at him, tip of the circle, free throw line. Jokic backing up, so James shoots and misses. Rebounded by Denver. Murray left to right into the forecourt. Cuts to the top. Goes left side to Jokic. Down low box they go. Here's Millsap. Stripped away. KCP swiping with a hand, knocked it away. 2 big steals for the Lakers here in the last 60 seconds.
2 big turnovers. First Murray, then Millsap. Millsap limping badly. He's matched up with Anthony Davis, and he's limping very badly.
They go to LeBron James against Murray. Takes him baseline right, 7 to shoot. Pass out on top, Morris. Drives deep underneath. Pass to Rondo, 2 to shoot. Rondo to the wing. Rondo lost it. Shot clock violation.
Blocked from behind by Jamal Murray to make sure that shot clock violation. Time out on the floor. Possession ball game.
Timeout Denver with 3:57 to go, and a huge answer defensively for Denver after the Lakers turned the Nuggets over twice.
Yeah, they traded turnovers. I thought that was one of those ones, Doris, where you could let them play on because it looked like Denver had the opportunity to go with the fast break, but maybe the shot clock went off before it left Rajon's hand. If it didn't, they should have let it go because Denver had an opportunity to fast break. Nonetheless, they're thrilled to have the ball, but 2 of the last 3 possessions, turnovers for Denver.
Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, Doris Burke with you from Advent Health Arena on the ESPN NBA campus. 103-99, Lakers lead the Nuggets, 3:57 to go. Who's got it better than us? Game after game, night after night, close. And tomorrow we'll have Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Celtics and Heat, Miami with the 3-1 series lead. Our coverage beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern on your home for the NBA Finals, ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
There's no secret where this ball is going. It will be in the hands of Jamal Murray. They typically go exclusive 2-man game with he and Jokic. Murray's got 28 points. He's 12 for 17 from the floor. Many of those shots contested. You do not want to give this team life, PJ Carlissimo.
No, absolutely not, and they've done that. You know, we're getting to the stage in this series, and hopefully it's going to continue for a while, where these teams know each other so well, and these teams are very balanced. There's not a lot to choose from, surprisingly, between these 2 teams.
Out of the timeout, Murray gets a high screen, drives deep. James might have got a deflection, knocked Murray down, no call. Lakers the other way with Rondo on the right, feeds the cutting James for the lay-in. 105-99 Lakers, 3:38 to go.
LeBron James has been guarding a lot in these possessions. Jamal Murray. Interesting that they put the king on the young gun.
Now, I'm sure he said, I'll take him, because he knows that Murray's been lighting people up in the 4th quarter. That transition bucket. 3 empty possessions of the last 4 for Denver. They need to stop this skid right now.
Rondo committed a foul. Denver in the front court. That's the 4th team foul. Inbound to Monte Morris. Hangs as he's fouled and hits. A foul against Morris and a chance at a three-point play as Denver is down 4.
Every time it looks like L.A. is putting some distance between them, first it's a Millsap 3, and then Monte Morris with the chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
He's not hesitated. He's 4 for 6. He's made 3 of his 4 free throws. He's confident. He's aggressive. You like this Monte Morris.
14 points in Game 3. 12 points in Game 4 as he buries the free throw, a three-point play, and Denver within 3.
Don't forget Nikola Jokic on the floor with 5 fouls.
105-102 Lakers, 3:20 left. Morris, that's Markieff, handing it off to KCP up top over to AD. Anthony Davis on the left against Millsap. Sends it to Markieff, who dribbles along the three-point line up top. Back to AD, lost it off his hands and out of bounds.
It was deflected by Jokic, so it surprised AD. It didn't come in clean off the deflection. Good play by Nikola Jokic.
Denver down 3. 3 minutes to go. Trailing this Western Conference Finals 2-1. Murray to Jokic, back to Jamal. Drives ahead of LeBron. Hangs. Blocked by LeBron. Murray ended up on the deck again. Here's Rondo the other way. Stops, fakes the pass. Wide open jumper's good from 15.
LeBron James had covered Jamal Murray only 7 times in the series prior to tonight. In this quarter, it's all been defense by LeBron.
LeBron again against Jamal Murray. Feeds Jokic. Pass down on the baseline. Jeremy Grant. Outside Monte Morris for 3. No good. Jokic tapped it up, but the Lakers control with 2.5 left.
That last play, Jamal Murray missed at the rim. That opened the backcourt for transition. We talked about it earlier.
107-102 Lakers in possession up 5. Markieff Morris against Murray. Backs him down. Sends it out to KCP. Hop back 3 on its way. Rims out no. AD an offensive rebound. Lakers have it with a fresh 14 and the clock hitting 2 minutes to go. James trying to rip through against Jeremy Grant. A whistle and a foul called against Denver at the top, and they're over the limit.
Huge offensive rebound. Anthony Davis swooped in. I think he got it over Paul Millsap, but Denver got the stop they wanted but couldn't come up with the defensive rebound. Back to the free throw line, and free throws have been a big story in this game.
LeBron James was 7 of 10 at the free throw line in the first 3 games of this Western Conference Finals. There was a lot of talk about that. He is 7 for 10 and now 8 for 11 here in Game 4 as he rattles home the first.
Do you remember when I made the point in the pregame? Does this kind of pregame talk about LeBron not getting free throws affect the officials? PJ just said absolutely.
James 8 of 11. AD is 11 of 12 at the line. James hits both. He's got 24, and the Lakers have a 7-point lead at the 2:02 mark to go. Monte Morris at the controls here. High screen from Jokic. Feeds Jokic, dribbling to the left wing against Markieff Morris. Now turns toward the mid-post. Double comes. Jokic steps in, floats it up, off the rim twice, popped out. Lakers have it.
Good shot. Hung on the rim and fell away.
1:40 to go. James dribbling on the left. Now using a Markieff Morris screen, attacking. Oh, an offensive foul, an illegal screen by Markieff Morris. With the Lakers up 7, turning it over with 93 seconds to go.
Watching the replay. Oh, he's holding him. It's a cut and dry foul.
Why
Good
are you
call.
wrapping your arms around? Let LeBron do the work coming off the screen.
And LeBron had turned the corner. He was going to the rim. Good call by James Capers.
Jamal Murray fouled as the ball came loose from him. He was about to make his move inside the three-point line. Was trying to get the jump on LeBron James.
Well, he loves to do those splits. He splits defenders all the time. It's dangerous because he coughed it up a couple of times last game, and the same thing tonight. Had a turnover and didn't finish at the rim, but that time he's rewarded and he gets to the free throw line.
It's dangerous because what he does is he quick dribbles, but he puts the ball out in front of him, way out in front, and it opens to a tip.
Yep. When it's Rondo there, he grabs it.
Yes.
He gets away with it against some people, but when Rondo's one of the 2 defenders, no. Michael Malone playing offense, defense right now. He's come in with, is that Jeremy Grant has just come in?
And Markieff Morris just fouled out. Both teams over the limit, so Jamal Murray will go to the free throw line. With 1:29 to go, Denver down 7. First one is up and in. Jamal Murray, who's a great free throw shooter. How about fourth quarter and overtime this postseason? He is 21 for 21.
His numbers in the fourth quarter are staggering.
29 points for Murray, looking for his 30th on its way. It's good. Denver down 5.
No Jokic right now. They're protecting him with 5 fouls.
1:25 on the clock as Rondo brings it across. Front court, far right side. Calling for Alex Caruso to take it. He does at the right hash with Torrey Craig draped all over him. Now to James with 10 to shoot. Left foot on the three-point line. James will dribble to the right with 5. James back to the basket with 3. James step back shot. No good. Tipped by AD. Lakers have it with a minute to go. And LeBron James in a fresh 14.
Over Millsap again. That's a charge.
Oh, they're calling a block foul on Jeremy Grant on the far side as LeBron James knocked him down. LeBron helping Jeremy Grant up, and LeBron will get free throws here with 59 seconds to go.
Good call. Yeah, very good call by David Guthrie. No question, Jeremy Grant moved sideways. Probably come with Jokic now. Michael is going to use one of his 2 timeouts.
59 seconds on the board. LeBron James will have to wait for the free throw attempts. Lakers 109, Denver 104.
They're challenging the foul called on the play. We have
teammate.
But it's a good point because he was criticized for having those 2 rebounds. He's got 5 here in game 4, and as you point out, 2 at a very critical junction. Denver, time and again, was able to get to within 5, to within 3.
The challenge is unsuccessful. The defender was not set when the contact on the play occurred. So we have a blocking foul on Grant. We're shooting a penalty, and then we're going to play off of that.
I guess if you're Michael Malone, you figure you got under a minute to go. Worth a chance to roll the dice on that, even though it didn't look like it had a chance to be successful.
His video guys got to tell him there's no way. Maybe they didn't have the replay quick enough, but there was no chance that was being overturned.
Important to make free throws here if you're LeBron James. Get back and build your defense, take away any threes. But the key defensive adjustment in this period, PJ, was the LeBron switch onto Jamal.
And he's done an excellent job. Forced a turnover and pressured 2 shots at the rim.
LeBron James, 9 of 12 at the free throw line. 59 seconds to go. Looking to build on the Lakers' 5-point lead, and he nets the first one.
Kesty, just to amplify those remarks you made before, Jamal Murray in the fourth quarter in playoffs, 58% from the field, 64% from 3, and 100% from the free throw line. It's pretty good.
Putting James on him, the defensive assignment here in the fourth, as LeBron hits 2 free throws to give the Lakers a 7-point lead. 55 seconds left. Monte Morris from the right wing hits Jamal Murray, jumping through the lane, hanging, fouled, shot nearly went again. He'll get 2 free throws here with 50 seconds to go.
Okay, he had to shake loose from LeBron, who was checking him. Excellent jump switch by Anthony Davis. He navigates around Anthony and then draws the foul on Caruso. Like, that is a big-time special play by a young man who's just been truly special, Jamal Murray.
Well, it had to be quick, too. I mean, it's a 3-possession game. They had to get something quickly.
Murray's first is good. His 6th 30-point game of this postseason. He only had 6 30-point games in the regular season. That's the transformation, Doris, you were talking about that he's made here in the bubble.
Just a significant leap forward, and it's fourth quarter performances where your legends are made, and this guy has been just dynamic.
Trying to get Denver within 5. Free throw good. 111-106. Lakers lead. 50 seconds to go.
They don't have to foul yet, but again, they're playing offense, defense. Jokic on the bench. They got to come up with a defensive rebound.
LeBron James starts from the right wing against Jeremy Grant. Cuts to the top, passes to KCP. Slide steps to his left for 3. No good. Rebound. Another Laker offensive rebound. It's Rondo, and he's fouled as he was triple covered out on the baseline.
Just not getting it done. 3 huge possessions where they've given the Lakers a second opportunity. Rajon Rondo, long one of the best guard rebounders in the league, but you're talking 3 monster rebounds. Doris talked about it. We talked about it. I mean, the Lakers had 4 offensive rebounds last game. That's a complete aberration. Tonight, that and free throws the biggest difference in the game.
Rondo misses the first. How about Rondo's line off the bench? 10 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. He has passed Scottie Pippen for 8th place on the career postseason assist list after passing Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant here in this series. Second free throw rattles home, splitting the pair. Lakers 112, Denver 106. 31 seconds to go in the ballgame. Timeout on the floor.
12 offensive rebounds, 25 second chance points for the Los Angeles Lakers. The 3 that broke their back just happened, though. Anthony Davis twice and Rajon Rondo off that one. The good news is Rondo split, so it's only a 2-possession game. But Denver's going to have to come quickly. Might need a 3 because they have no timeouts left.
Well, Denver needs a comeback here, or they will face becoming the first team in NBA history to trail a postseason series 3-1 3 times in the same postseason. They've been living on the edge here in the bubble. 6 elimination game wins to beat Utah in round 1, to beat the Clippers in round 2. Right now down 2 possessions, 112-106 with 31 left.
You have to be solid defensively if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. Do not foul 3-point shooters. If somebody gets behind you or backdoor, you can give up a 2, but be solid, don't foul.
Absolutely.
Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, Doris Burke, our entire ESPN radio crew from the NBA bubble at Disney World. Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. Lakers up 6 with just a hair under 32 seconds to go.
If you're Denver, you need a good 3 or a quick 2.
Jeremy Grant will be the trigger man near right side. Ball overhead looking for Jokic. Gets it into him. Contested 3 over LeBron James. Missed everything. Loose ball. Millsap saves it on the end line. And got pushed across the baseline. So Millsap will shoot 2 here with 27 seconds to go.
What did I say? Don't foul, Kessler. Because you put him at the free throw line and there's no time ticking. Like the last thing you want to do. If Millsap makes that shot, it's going to be a tough shot. Or he's going to reposition the offense to get reestablished. Like silly foul.
As Alex Caruso was trying to chase it down from behind, his 5th foul.
Watching the replay again, it was not a good 3 that Nikola Jokic went down to the right corner, right in front of the inbounder. LeBron James was draped all over him. Really good defense again by LeBron James.
Jokic out, as you said, protecting him with those 5 fouls. Paul Millsap hits the first of 2 free throws. Denver within 5. Second free throw down 4 as Millsap hits both.
Well, they want to press. That's why Jokic is out, but they can't go too long.
Now they're doubling AD right in front of the Laker bench, 95 feet from the basket, and they use a timeout. Lakers had 2 remaining. Now 1 with 23.2 to go in the game.
Well, you inbound to a guy who has made 11 of 12 free throws, right? Anthony Davis, you know you can trust him from the free throw line. The last guy you want to let catch it if you're Denver is him. LeBron James, interestingly, took off to the other end of the floor.
Well, LeBron realizes of the players on the floor, he might be the lowest percentage, but again, he also realizes if you put him on the line, he's going to be confident enough to make him. No question about that. Again, I was impressed with his defense on Jokic. Jokic is so big, he can shoot over most people, but LeBron had him crowded deep in that corner. That 3-point shot that Nikola hoisted up had no chance whatsoever of going in. Paul Millsap just made a good hustle play.
He did. LeBron James defending both of the Denver stars here in the 4th quarter, specifically Jamal Murray. And James on the offensive end with 26 points. Lakers trying to hang on here. They got a 4-point lead. And they'll have possession out of the timeout with 23.2 to go in the ballgame. 12 offensive rebounds, 25 second chance points for the Los Angeles Lakers. And it started, if you're just joining us, back in the 1st quarter. Dwight Howard got the start and had, 4 or 5 offensive rebounds and putbacks early.
Yeah, 4 right off the bat. That, the free throw's a big difference. 26 for the Lakers, 20 for the Nuggets. The Lakers have attempted 33. The Nuggets only 23, and then the capper, as always, with the Lakers, fast break points 17-9 in favor of the Lakers.
Lakers have a timeout, Kesty, with 23.2. I believe the Nuggets are out of their timeouts.
And the Lakers just used another one.
That's to advance the ball.
There you go. So now nobody has a timeout left here with 23.2.
I felt it was worth it. I assume he's going to advance the ball. No other reason I can imagine they would take the second timeout.
David Guthrie grabs the basketball and...
See, they inbounded the ball to AD.
Right.
That's why
you can't advance.
Had
once
they not
happens.
inbounded it, they would have been able to advance it just with a single timeout.
PJ, defensive strategy here. 3 seconds differential between shot clock and game clock. 2-possession game if you're Denver. So strategy defensively?
3 or 4 seconds. If you don't steal the inbounds pass, one quick trap. If nothing happens out of that trap, unless you got a guy really buried in the corner or a chance to take it away from him, you have to foul. Have to foul.
4-point lead, Lakers. Nobody has a timeout. Both teams over the limit. No challenges left. 23.2 on the clock. Lakers 112. Denver 108. It'll be an inbound from the far right side, Rajon Rondo. Rondo has the ball still looking, loops it for AD, makes the catch in the right corner. Jamal Murray flailing at him. And they'll put AD on the line off that foul with 21.4 to go.
Yeah, Rondo looked. There really wasn't anybody open, but that's the luxury when you have what do they list AD at? 6'10". A guy that big, you just throw a lob pass that would land on his head. You kind of throw it up there like a grenade, and he just goes up and gets it. And in this case, it was Jamal Murray, I think, guarding him, so there was no chance for anybody to intercept that pass.
He feels like a Kevin Durant, 6'10".
Yeah, exactly.
Makes the first free throw again. Huge luxury. I mean, he's the tallest guy on the floor. He's the most athletic. Throw it up, let him go get it, and he's going to go knock down free throws.
Anthony Davis and LeBron James both with double-figure free throw attempts tonight. 33 now for Davis.
Mike Malone has 3-point shooters in. Michael Porter in. Jamal Murray, Jeremy Grant, Nikola Jokic, and Paul Millsap all can shoot the three.
As Davis makes 2 free throws, 6-point lead for the Lakers.
This has to be a three.
19 seconds to go. Murray right to the 3-point line. Triggers, gets a good look off the rim. No, rebounded by Davis. And the Lakers look like they're going to come away with a Game 4 win. Up ahead to James with 8 seconds to go. Denver calls it off. It'll be a very familiar feeling for the Nuggets. Down 3-1 again. The Lakers beat the Nuggets 114-108. The Lakers a win away from their first trip to the finals in 10 years.
I think it's because the big guys stepped up. You've got 34 points from Anthony Davis, 26 for LeBron. That's 60. I don't want to put it on them because they've played extremely well for the Denver Nuggets, but Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic have to come close to matching that. Jamal Murray did. He got 32. Nikola Jokic, relatively quiet. 16, he did get in foul trouble, but I thought early in the game, and Doris and I talked about it, he just was too unselfish. Can't keep throwing the ball to lesser guys when the 2 big guns on the other team are stepping up, and his teammates were not delivering on those passes Nikola Jokic made to them.
This may be a tougher selection tonight. Who is tonight's more driven player of the game?
I mean, I think because of the clutch free throws, it's close for me, but I'd give it to Anthony Davis. Coach, what do you think?
Throw it up in the air. You could make the case for LeBron because 9 rebounds, 8 assists.
I agree.
Defense against Murray in the fourth quarter.
And defense against Murray in the fourth quarter. Actually, I'm changing my vote.
Okay. I talked you into it. I was about to split it between the two, but we're going to LeBron.
We could split it.
You could do it.
I'll go with LeBron also, but you're right. Easily splitting would have been a good decision. The 2 of them played like what they are. First-team All-NBA players who were not going to let this team fall into a 2-2 matchup with the Denver Nuggets. They know how good Denver is. Denver's good enough to beat them. And they did not want to be in a 2-2. They're a lot more comfortable playing from ahead.
60 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists combined by Davis and James. We'll give LeBron our more driven player of the game, brought to you by Goodyear, helping you discover the road ahead. Goodyear, more driven. So the Nuggets now indeed the first team in NBA history to trail 3-1, 3 times in a single postseason. And the giant narrative over the next 48 hours, can they do it again, this time against the number 1 seed in the Western Conference?
I mean, this is the stiffest competition. They have challenges guarding Anthony Davis. You know, think about what he's averaged over the course of these 4 games. when they establish him on that left box to start the game and they get off to a quick start. Now they move to 8-0 when they lead after the first quarter. PJ, after the third, what was it now?
It's now 51.
51-0.
Yeah.
They know how to close. And how do you come back from 3-1? You win the first one, and then maybe the pressure shifts a little bit. Do I like Denver's chances? No, I don't at all. As well as they've played, as competitive as these two teams are, beating the Los Angeles Lakers 3 times in a row on a neutral court, I don't see that. But you don't think that way. All you think about is, let's get it to 3-2, and then the Lakers come in with a lot of pressure on them in Game 6.
Dwight Howard, let's give him some credit. A great move by Coach to start Dwight Howard. 12 points, 11 rebounds. I thought early on in particular, the offensive board work he did was tremendous.
Agree. And KCP, we keep talking about him every game. Just he's solid. He does good things. 13 points, 3 for 9 from the 3. 1 late that really mattered. They deserved it. They were the better. They were the better team tonight.
Both conference finals now 3-1. Lakers have a chance to clinch a spot in the NBA Finals on Saturday night. The Miami Heat will get the first crack to get to the NBA Finals, up 3-1 on the Boston Celtics, and Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals tomorrow night at 8 Eastern here on ESPN Radio and on ESPN Television. Final score tonight, the Lakers take Game 5, 114-108 over the Nuggets. For Doris Burke, PJ Carlissimo, our producer John Medani, our engineer Bob White, I'm Mark Kestisher. That'll do it from Disney for now as we send it to Kevin Winter in the studio with the postgame show, powered